I gotta get used to this thing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Live chat, all messages are visible. Boom. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, what in the hell, right? I thought I'd try to go live while I ship because so many people do it and I have so many questions that people ask while I'm shipping. I don't think this is a good angle, but at least it's a start. What's up, Frank? All right. All right, I think I got everything set. So now I got to ship these items out. Really can't see nothing. I'm going to have to find a better angle, but it's a start. What? Dude, that's like, is that one of those super chat things? That's like the first one ever. That's kick ass. Boom. Do a dance for that. Don't do that dance. All right, what do we got here? That was cool. All right. All right, all right, I think that's everything. Yeah, thank you, man. That's cool. Freaking awesome. Very first one in my history. So thank you. All right. I'll try to answer any questions. Yo. I know people have asked me questions about how I ship and stuff, so I'll get a better angle in the future, but for now, this will have to do until I figure a way to rig this up higher with a better angle. But other than that, I'm just going to be shipping stuff. Sales are pretty strong overnight, so you'll see that in the video I upload later on all the items I actually pulled. But let's see what we got here. About 28 items overnight. I wonder if I can get that live thing to stay up longer so I can actually see it. Or the chat thing, I should say. Because if I look away, I'm going to miss stuff. I don't do spam. All right. So when one, okay. Has your traffic still been very inconsistent? What happened was yesterday I've noticed my items started decreasing in numbers. And what I've noticed in the past when that happens is something's rebooting or refreshing on eBay. Like they just got done fixing something, it seems like. I don't know if that's true or not. So at about 5:30, my sales started rolling back in yesterday. Overnight, there was a short window of about 9 hours where I only got like 3 offers that came through. But then after that, everything's been rolling good this morning. So it seems like the flow is back, at least on eBay. Is my voice sounding okay? This is all new to me, so I just want to make sure everything's good. But yeah, so far this morning, everything's been good. A lot of offers coming in and what have you. Sounds fine, sweet. All right, but yeah. Still seems like there might be some, I don't know, issues going on with offers when it comes to combining them, and I'm sure that has to do with what's going on, thrift and flip, going on with that whole put the price in or put your card in before sending an offer. So I think that's having a lot of effect on, God, these things, I have to wear my old people glasses, having a lot of effect on the offer issues that's going on. So just my guess. I'm not a professional. But I gotta get some shipping done here so I can get the listing. Alright. Alrighty, like that. Alright. The Vandemons. So, I don't know. People always ask me how I ship my media. It's pretty simple. You just throw it in a mailer. But I gotta look first to see if I need to resurface it or not. I've heard others say that as well. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But it just, I don't know, it kind of sucks that they have to do this during fourth quarter, as you've heard many people complain about in the past. 3.5, boom, boom. Fantasia. Alright, what did I put that under? Walt Disney. Pretty simple. Boop, boop. Alright, so we got the Fantasia CD. Disc 1 of a 2-disc set. So if you sell, you can put... if you don't have a complete set, they'll sell. I sell all the time discs, part of box sets and what have you. I don't know what you can actually see here, so not good. I'll try to get it up higher, I think, so you get a more downward view, so you can see everything. But it's like everybody's on first name basis. I know very few first names. I have a hard time remembering first names unless we've had like 10 interactions, or I'm not good with names unless it's I try to cram too much crap into my head, so the simple things seem to go over it sometimes. The Best of the Kinks. Come dance with the Kinks. CD. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah. Girls Go Ska. Like the 80s. But see, I never did anything like that. I didn't do drugs or drink or anything. So, like this CD, I'm going to need to resurface. I don't know if that's going to show up very well with all these reflections. So that's definitely got to get resurfaced. So I'll ship it, but I won't seal it. Girls on film. Girls on film. We got Pastor Troy CD. What's the title? A-Town Legend. Pastor Troy. So this is, I think this was either Circus City buyout or a Borders buyout. Can't remember which. It's been too long to remember. All right, Air Supply. Going to Greece. Next one up. Air Supply cassette going to Greece. Pastor Troy Dad is actually a pastor. I could see that. So going to Greece. I guess one tip I could give is if you ship a lot of certain items, make sure they're within reach. Like I got all my hat boxes right here. All my little mailers here. Got the poly bags here. The less movement you have to do, the quicker you shall be. Now I got to go to that pirate ship. Slow pirate ship. $4. Come on now. Cassette. Modify. Get rates. The damn code you have to get. So I got a window open if you send international for that code that you have to get for some items. This is going to Greece, so I got to have a code for the cassette. Try to make everything sufficient. Man, watching people walk all over the place shipping drives me. Oh, I know, right? eBay's still wonky. It's been weird. This morning, eBay seems to be back on track for the most part for now. And then, Yeah, I only have to walk away when I have to get like an oddball shaped box. Like I do got a coat here that's going to need a bigger box, which is right in my little storage room there. But everything else looks like it should be right here with me. So we got old Frank Sinatra here. One thing about the cassettes too, you got to make sure the sponge is on there. If not, glue it back on. Or since I put up so many cassettes, I have a little tray full of sponges. Because when I list them, if the sponge is loose in the cassette, I'll take it out and put it in a tray. Then I'll transfer them down here so that if there's a cassette missing one, I can glue one back on. Oh, this one's going to grease too. I should have looked. See, that's the thing about freaking not being able to combine the orders properly is I can lose, and the customer can lose money. All right, this is going to grease too, and it's probably going to be the same person. $4. So if I don't alphabetize them by name, I miss it. So, but then alphabetizing it by name, oops, makes it slower, because then I have to kind of look for the item I'm going to ship. Where when they're alphabetized, I can just, if I know the name, I can see the thing. So, know the names. That's technical terms also. Know the name, see the thing. Only us professionals are allowed to speak like that. Professional what? Professional dumbass! Hey, I practiced my whole life to be a professional dumbass, man. Can't take that away from me. Hey, I've spent a lot of time by myself in the past. Hey, Live James, yeah, right? I had 2 offers back to back. God, why does that freaking go away so quick? I can't read that fast, man. Illiteracy. Oh, but I forgot what I was saying. That happens. Oh well. Bum, 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 bum. We got Star Trek cassette. And then what I try to do too is do the same type of item. So I got a bunch of cassettes, do a bunch of cassettes together. Because once you get it rolling, it's a lot quicker. So, and me talking to myself here. Oh, I'm entertaining myself. I've been, since I've worked from home, pretty much by myself my whole life, I learned to, what is your chat on? I don't know. I don't know. Should I start pushing buttons? See what happens? No, I think that turns something around. That looks weird. Wonky. See, I hit this chat little button here, but it's on live chat. Oh, it's on a tablet, on a Google Chrome tablet. So I just asked if you're into stocks or crypto at all. Man, I wish. Stocks, I was into stocks in the past when I first started the business. We didn't like the people we were going through. So while we were looking for other people to do it, we took all the 401k money and put it in an account that I could manage. And I played around a lot. That was back in the day when I could buy, Facebook and Apple and Google cheap, or cheaper, I should say. So within a year, really not, my first year not knowing what the hell I was doing, I was able to jump the 401k up to like $100,000. And for me, I took that as a win because I've never done it before. But a lot of it was Facebook, Google, and Apple. Then I had little simple stuff that would always bring you money, like electric companies and beer and Walmarts and things like that. But I haven't touched it since. But I do got a little account started now that I'm starting to play with, but I haven't put too much time into stocks recently. I bought some cruise lines when they were down because of COVID, so their numbers were down. So I'm hanging on to them. I was hoping by fourth quarter this year it would go back up. But right now things are still down, and that's still because of the whole COVID thing, because I think they just had one cruise line that had, everybody was tested consistently, but yet people still got the COVID. So I think that brought the cruise lines back down. So it's going to be something I'm going to have to hang on to probably for another year, I would think. So I've been playing with that. And as far as crypto, man, I've been trying to learn, but it's so overwhelming trying to learn it while doing everything else. So I really haven't dug deep into crypto yet. Something I want to get into, and NFTs and all that, but I'm so far out of the loop right now that it's not even funny. So hopefully, I don't want to be one of those old people who's going to be like, yeah, I just don't understand all that newfangled stuff. So you want to do something different, I can help you set up some software and settings. Yeah, I mean, if people like this and it gets good reaction, I'll do it. I have no problem just hitting, live every time I stand here just to do this. So keeps me occupied. Like I said, I spent so much time by myself over the years that I learned to entertain myself and talk to myself. So to actually have people to talk to while I work is kind of cool. And then my dad's right above me, so if he falls or I hear anything weird, I can run upstairs because his bed is right above me. So beep, 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 beep. All right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle power. All right, why are you not printing? The stamps.com has been a little bit wonky lately. Are you going to do that to me? Okay, there you go. Finally. See? And now, not paying attention. My dad has Parkinson's, so work at home. Yeah. Sorry about that, man. That sucks. I can feel the pain. So this tape is, because that's broke, so I've got replacement cases here. Boom. To replace, but yeah, man. My dad was headed downward spiral, but I don't know if I guess he had a bug or something because ShipStation, I have not. I've used stamps.com for the whole time, and I don't know. Every now and then there's little issues, but overall I've been pretty happy with it, and I'm comfortable with it, so I haven't really tried to do anything new. There's a 3D printing company named Desktop Metalheads, allowing companies to print their own. Damn it, it faded. To print their own products or something? Yeah, I've always thought about 3D printers, but so then I could have something consistently sell. That and dog tags. And how nice it would be if you didn't have to ship. Well, I didn't forever. I just had to start recently because my son got his full-time job doing what he went to school for. So, but I don't mind it because it's something different. I actually enjoy it. I saw the little thing there before it faded. I got to figure this out. But most expensive thing I've ever sold. I don't even know. The sales are slower than fourth quarter. Yeah, this has been the worst fourth quarter I've ever experienced, other than probably when I first started eBay. It's been pretty bad. What's going on? Kids deal and more. Looks like the highest thing I've ever sold. The only thing that really comes to mind is a CD I sold for $1,050. I've sold other cassettes and stuff and CDs for anywhere from in that area $700 to $1,000. I've never really sold anything like. I think all my high dollar items have been music related, CDs and cassettes. I've never really because that's just been my forte forever. So like I don't know antiques well or anything like that. So I've never went out and spent $500 for something and paid, sold it for $1,200. That's just, to me, that's only $600. Shoes. When I sold my shoe collection, there was $1,000 packs of shoes I sold. So yeah, shoes also, because I had all the countdown packs. If you know shoes and Jordans, they had this countdown pack where they would release shoes that added up to 23 basically. So it'd be a 1 and a 22 together in a pack, and an 11 and a 12 in a pack. So those were limited. So I did sell those for good money. Oh, that faded to it. I'm gonna have to Google how to keep that from fading so quick, because I think this is set up as a mobile thing on this tablet. Because I tried to go live on the internet thing, but I couldn't flip the camera around. So then it kind of transferred to mobile, and I saw I could mess with the camera. So, take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you. Eddie Money, wrong song, but that's pretty much the only Eddie Money song I can think of right now. With Ronnie Spectra. Alright, that's all my cassettes and CDs. I have not been going to the bins lately at all. I have not been probably in a month and a half, 2 months. I don't need to go out anymore, so I've just been doing high dollar stuff. I've got enough bins related stuff. I got enough low dollar stuff, so I don't really need to go to the bins anymore unless it's just for pure entertainment. I've just been going to this Honey Ho thrift store, so if you're seeing the Honey Ho videos, I'm just going there looking for higher dollar things. I'm out of the house for maybe an hour while the boys are here, so if something happens to my dad, I have a hard time leaving because of my dad. I got to keep an eye on him. So I don't have a couple of hours to go over and waste at the bins right now, unfortunately. But yeah, not that I need the stuff anyway. Plus, everything's been going good with eBay and stuff. So to not spend $1,500, $2,000 a month on product because I don't need it, that's going to help me get my new car. So that money will go toward my new car once I decide to get that. Any more about this, even if I can't fully dedicate to it. I missed that last one, but sorry, my mind only works very good at one thing at a time, so I'm having issues here trying to do both. So, because I usually get into this focus mode and do knock things out super quick. I am shocked your son didn't want to carry on with the eBay business when you retire, seeing. Yeah, but he went to school for, what's the technical term, I guess? Basically, it's always data analytics, basically. And what it is, you work for big companies, and you just work with numbers, and you predict future predictions and stuff like that. And so he took a smaller job right now just to get his foot in the door and stuff, so he's only making like 70, 80 grand right now a year, but where he wants to go, he's going to make over $100,000 a year. So, and then I still pay him $500 a month to do my post office runs for me. So on Monday mornings, he'll do my post office runs, and then every midday and evening, he'll do my post office runs when he gets done with work, takes a break in work and stuff like that. So I still pay him a little bit to do my runs so I don't have to leave the house. But yeah, so there was another question there. What car are you going to get? How much time do you spend per day listing and shipping? All right, a quicker answer would be how much time. I'll answer that one first. If I have a good sales day, I might spend 3 hours shipping. So that's if I sell, 80 to 100 items a day, I'll spend about 3 hours shipping that. I did a run through a couple weeks ago where I did, I think, 45 items pulled and shipped in 60 minutes. And I'm always trying to refine that to make it quicker, whether it's how I place the product or not as deep of bins or whatever. So I'm always trying to play with different things like that. As for what car I'm getting, that's still up in the air. As of right now, I've always wanted the Trackhawk, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. I had pre-ordered one back when they first came out, before they came out. I had to let that one go because we had a lot of health and financial issues that just popped up. So I had to let that go. So I've been wanting one ever since. And now that I'm back in the position, like I could buy the Trackhawk right now, but it doesn't really make sense in the because I'm here all day anyway with my dad. I can't really leave, so I can't really get out and enjoy it. First off, second off, the market's a buyer or seller's market when it comes to houses and cars. Yeah, Trackhawk is a bad car. So it doesn't really make sense to go waste money now. It makes more sense just to pile up my money for a bigger down payment or pay off, take a personal, payout from the business or whatever the case may be. So it makes more sense to do that right now. So I'm not in a hurry to get a car because I really don't need one. But the one it's on my radar right now is the new Jeep Grand Wagoneer, fully loaded, everything, pearl white, with the like the peanut butter interior with the wood grain interior on top of that. That is probably the top car right now I'm thinking about getting. The good thing about holding out on that one, I've got the guy set up so he said whenever I'm ready to order it, come in and I can order it. But I'm holding out to see if they'll put the Hellcat engine into the Grand Wagoneer. Because if they can put that Hellcat engine into that Grand Wagoneer, then there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I know what I'm getting. Durango, Hellcat Durango, I'm sure is great. My only thing, Durango to me is I don't want a Durango because I associate that with low resale value. I always like buying cars that can hold their value pretty steady. And Durangos never did that. So I never touched a Durango. I know Hellcat Durangos, they hold their value better. But still, I don't know. I still got that association with the word Durango that I can't get it because to me in my head it just says low, loses value quick. And I always had two SRT 8 Grand Cherokees, and they always held their value well. So I always grabbed those instead of the Durango. But have you made over 100,000 a year for years? And yeah, my biggest year was 475. That's when I was doing Amazon mostly and little eBay. This year I should hit about 370, and that's just eBay alone. So that's why with all the business debt gone, I associate them with rental cars. Yeah, with the business debt gone, I've got a lot of extra money to play with. So I just got to decide what I want to do with it. I don't want to do anything stupid. I'm 50 years old. Anything can happen from day to day, so I don't want to do anything stupid. So one moment I'm like, do I really need a $100,000 car? Come on, James, don't be stupid. But then the younger me kicks in and goes, hell yeah, you do. Let's go have some fun. But then since all the business debt's paid off, I've got all this little extra money laying around that I need to do something with so I don't pay Uncle Sam. People always put down like people who don't pay taxes and stuff. There's a reason they don't pay taxes. Like when you're in a business, because your first goal is to not pay taxes, so you use that money for either business stuff or personal stuff to better enhance your life. So I got to decide, do I start taking some more paycheck, a payout at the end of the year, and maybe pay off the house, different. So I'm playing with a bunch of different things. So it's a good thing I'm not in a hurry to get a car. So we've got a 2-hat lot here. James, you're not getting any shipping done. I know. All right, Horseshoe Canyon climbing and a mining hat. Going to Wyoming. Sorry if I missed any things on here because it's not. All right, looks like Mom's car. Scoop doesn't handle well. Can't wait till your next live. He only live. I'll try to do more while I'm shipping. As long as I don't have to be in a hurry to get out of here. Obviously, it's taken away from what I'm doing. Trying to read that, or maybe I figure a different way to set it so I've got on 2 different computers so I can see what's going on with the comments. Actually, I can on here, right? If I go to my YouTube here, but then I can't see my shipping program. James may not have more lives after seeing how hard. Yeah, right. I'm not getting nothing done, but I'm willing to play with it. But because I want to, if I do something, I want to perfect it to make it quicker. Like right now, it's not working into my scheme. But if I have maybe the viewer up here where I can see what you guys are asking while I'm working, and then you can see what I'm doing, and I can hold off. If I can streamline it quicker, I'll do it more often. The second monitor. Yeah, exactly. So I need to do that. So I need to figure that out. If I can set that up, then I'll do it more, definitely. Like here's my live here. So let me turn off that volume. All right, so now I can see myself sideways. Wait, but it's delayed. What's going on here? All right, this is weird. All right, I'm new. Just put up with me for a little bit. So I'm going to leave this open here, this chat. So if I want to look, I don't have to keep going like this and like. All right, so let me look here. Tell me vehicles. 370. That'd be in sales, not profit now. Because you know the difference, right? The cool thing about my business is for the past 2.5 to 3 years, all I've done was sourced from 99% sourced from Goodwill bins. So my costs were under 50 cents a piece for everything. As I sit right now, I've got the 5 storage areas full of product, and it's all paid off. And that's from 5 years or 20 years of doing this, from going to the bins, from buying lots, buying out stores. You heard me earlier, Borders, Circuit City, CD warehouses, warehouse musics, video game stores, CD warehouses in Oklahoma. I bought out so many like media business in the past. So your profit is about half of your sales, right, on average? No, probably more like profits more like I haven't really ran the numbers now that I don't have any costs pretty much, but I would say it's more probably 40-60 or 35-65 now. So shipping each day. All right, hold on, let me get some stuff listed here or shipped here. All right, before my scale goes off. 9. How about I ship 3 things, then I'll look at the thing and answer some questions. How about that? We'll start there. See, now I got a communication error. Now I got to make sure this transferred over to eBay, because it automatically sends a shipping tracking number to eBay. But when it errors out, I don't know if there's an issue with... Okay, that went through. So let me ship a few items, then I'll go and look and answer some questions. So I feel like I'm getting something done. All right, we got Yellowstone hat. See, here it is again. I might have to put these names in order, because... Stop it, Stamps. They're having issues today. Communication fail, communication fail, communication fail. Come on. Now I'm trying to load it. So let me go and look at questions. Second monitor, profit and sales, how much time you spending shipping each day. Like I said, if I having my normal 70 to 100 items a day, I ship about 3 hours. Listing is pretty much the rest of the day, not counting vacuuming, getting food for my dad, letting the dogs out, laundry, stuff like that. So, Goodwill going online, closing the bins in the future. I doubt that. I seriously doubt that. Have you seen the amount of junk that comes through there? I very seriously doubt that will happen. I could be wrong, but I don't see that ever happening. Yeah, I do templates. Like, since I sell so much of so many things, I got templates saved on eBay for CDs, for hats, for shirts, for medium shirts, large shirts, small shirts, so that if I have something in my hand, chances are I've got a template for it, and it only takes a few seconds to enter it in the information, and it's done. So you're not doing a live, right? Oh, that's funny. You can go to your YouTube on the PC and top right. Choose pop-up chat. Use just a small box instead. Oh, let me try that. Okay, YouTube on the PC on the top right corner of chat. Choose pop out chat. Pop out chat. There it is. Okay, I got it. Cool. My stamps.com's not even freaking working now. You gotta be kidding me. Let me close it and sign in and see if I can get back on. Oh, pop-up chat, I guess. Okay. How do I keep that? All right, I got pop-up chat up, but there's no box to keep it in front of what I have open. There it is. So it's open in a separate window. Okay, let me. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Tommy, for that. Let me move that over here. There we go. All right. With the best questions in history. There are other questions. Why are your prices so low, like selling a hat for $8 when you could sell half and make just as much as higher prices? Less work. Yeah, I've gone through that, but I'm sitting on so much stuff that for me, it's just about moving stuff quick, and everything's paid for. So it's just about getting the stuff out quick right now. That's pretty much the only reason. I could sit on it, but I don't want to sit on it. I've got enough stuff here. I've got 5 storage lockers filled with stuff. I'm on like the next 5-year plan, pre-retirement plan, where I'm just moving this stuff. So I've even thought about just stopping putting single items up and just doing my lots full time, or not full time, but from here on out, shipping the stuff in lots and getting it done, even, sold even cheaper, just to move stuff quicker. So I've been playing with all the ideas, but I definitely don't want to sit on it longer than I need to. So if somebody sends me an offer for $5 for a hat, I'm going to take it, because literally right now I've got no money into it. So that's just, at the end of the day, $5 hat will put, I think it's like $3 into my pocket. So $3 times, I've thought about just marking all my hats down to $8 and just, doing it like that, just to see if I move any quicker. So I've been playing around with different ideas. Right now I'm just kind of gliding. So especially with all the eBay issues that's going on, you can't really get a good feel of what my sales are right now, just because it's such a roller coaster with all the technical issues they've been having. So, shame I had an excuse for house chores, interference with my listings. You could vacuum, cooking, shipping 100 items. Yeah, I try to get it. I used to always try to get over 100, 200 items a day to take the pressure off, since I don't have no pressure right now, or shouldn't put any on me. I don't need to put any on me. How about that? I've been trying to keep my listings just caught up. So like I got 29,100 and something in my store right now. So I try to bump it up by 100. So right now I'm trying not to go under 29,100. So then when I get over that 200 mark, I don't want to go down under 200. And then, so that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to grow slowly, because I do a lot of everything else, like vacuuming and, laundry and all that crap too. So, and then with my dad here, so I've got to kind of keep an eye on him. So, but pre-retirement plan look like, this is it. 5 storage lockers full of product that I'm just moving and trying to figure out how I want to move it. If I want to move it cheap and quick, if I just want to put it in a lots and move it a lot quick. So that's the pre-retirement plan, is just not go out and spend $1,500, $2,000 a month on product like I have been doing at the bins, and just getting through the stockpile stuff. I know I have over 1 million pieces of inventory in storage and in stock. And there's a lot down here that's not even in my store right now, because I delisted it over the years, because we didn't have the 75,000 free media. So it didn't make sense to keep all that stuff up for too long. When I would hit a certain threshold of money being spent every month on eBay fees, it made sense to delete 1,000 of them and put 1,000 new items up. But now that I have that threshold, I need to get all that stuff back up quick because it doesn't matter if I sit on it in the store because it's going to be free. It ain't going to cost me that 5 cents a month. So I'm asking everything I can because I've been doing eBay for a year now. I want to make 6 figures. I'm just annoying kid. the thing, if you want to make 6 figures, the thing that I suggest is one of two things you can go. Obviously, if you've got the connections to get all the high dollar stuff, all the in stuff, and that will change in 2 years. The stuff that's in now, whether it's vintage clothing, whatever, may not be in style, or those kids are out of school and they've got careers, so they're not thinking about the vintage clothing. You're going to have another wave of something else coming in and taking that over. So you always got to be aware of the new waves of what's going to be hot and what's not. So that's one way you can go, is always going out. If you have access to all of the what is hot stuff and you want to build off that, you can. It'll be easier when it comes to shipping and making more money per item, but it may be harder sourcing it. So you may put a lot of time into sourcing it and little time into making the actual money. Always remember, your money is made when you buy. So what you have access to the easiest is probably going to be your best way. For me, there's so much competition around here when it comes to vintage clothing and stuff. I would literally have to go out and spend a couple of hours each day going out, hitting thrift stores, trying to be there before everybody else. So what I decided to do was take the foundation approach, where you find an item that you can have easy access to for dirt cheap, build a foundation, consistent sales on that, and then you throw in all the bonuses on top, whether it's vintage finds, whether it's what's hot, whether it's antiques, whatever the case may be. The stuff that may take a little bit longer to source. So I use media and hats, stuff that I have abundance of, that I can get abundance of, dirt cheap, and build a solid foundation. That's how I know I can make X amount of money per day without even thinking about it. And then you'll have all these bonuses coming in throughout the day on top of it. So that's kind of the way I look at it. The biggest CD collection. I would buy the biggest record store here in St. Louis. He would let me buy his entire back room. So, and he's been doing it for 40 something or 30 years, 35 years, something like that. So, I mean, he's constantly buying. And I haven't bought from him in 7 years. So I'd hate to see what he's got. He's probably way beyond his back room now. But he had several back rooms. He had about 3 back room areas. He would just let me go in and buy everything for like $3,000, and it'd be about 30,000 items, each time, if not more. So I paid about 10 cents per item when I'd clean out his back rooms. And the biggest thing I found right off the top of my head was like about 15 CDs of a glam local band called Fox. The CD's called Gangster of Love. They were sealed. And I got about $400 to $500 a piece out of them. And I had about 15 of them. And I paid 10 cents a piece for them. So that was always good buying. Actually, the last time he contacted me, and I wish I had the room, right at that time I had the 4 storage areas, and they were all completely packed, and I didn't want to go get a 5th. But about 2 years ago, he contacted me and goes, look, I've got all these VHS tapes, and they're sitting outside. Goodwill was supposed to come by and get them. They didn't get them. Can you come and get them? He said, you're going to need the U-Haul, and you're probably going to need 4 or 5 loads in the U-Haul truck, because he had probably 100,000 VHS tapes. He was just giving them away. I should have, but I didn't. VHS tapes are one of those, probably at the time, it's not worth the risk of tying up that much time and storage space into VHS tapes. I'm sure I could have made my money back pretty quick, cherry picking them, and then maybe I could have donated them, but I just didn't want to mess with them. Since then, I have not heard from him, but I have not went down there. I have not engaged into any conversation because I don't want him to say, hey, you want to take this back room? I'll give it to you for X amount of money. And I'll be like, okay. So, 30K plus on inventory a month. Ooh, you spend 30K a month on inventory? I hope you got a quick turnaround on that. That's awesome, though. When I was doing shoes, I would drop, one haul was $28,000. And I'll always make sure I got my money back within 30 days on that stuff. Living the dream. That's the way I kind of look at it. Living the dream. Don't have to answer to nobody and do what I want to do. Can be myself, wear stupid, goofy hats, and not care. And I bought a pair of actually they came today. I got to see. Hopefully they match. But Adidas pair of from Monsters Inc. You probably saw the ad if you're a shoe person on Facebook. The Monster Inc. furry Adidas with the blue and the green. Oh, but I bought them. I got hopefully the blue matches. I don't know if it will, but it's wondering when they are going to start grading CDs and cassettes. Oh, I know, right? I've thought about that too because I mean they're doing VHS tapes. I'm like, come on now, really? Grading a VHS tape? But hey. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon sucks. I can't wait to see the next thing that takes down Amazon, kind of like the way Amazon started taking down Walmart a little bit. Knock them down a few notches, if you will. See, I was around when the Walmarts came around and knocked out the small stores. We used to go to DuQuoin, Illinois, where my aunt lived, and they had Main Street. I loved Main Street. Always lit up at Christmas time. You go all these different stores. Walmart came to that town, destroyed Main Street. Then Amazon came along and kind of took the wind out of the sails of Walmart. Now I'm just curious to see, hopefully before I die, I want to see what takes the wind out of the sails of Amazon. Just because they do third-party sellers so wrong, it ain't even funny. What up, Land Shark? All right. So you're at 25 items now. What goal should I have to rely on consistent sales a day? Maybe 5 or 6. Depends on what you're selling. Depends on the turnaround rate of what you're selling. If you don't have a foundation product, it's very hard to gauge. If you're just all over the place with what you're selling, there's really no way to gauge how many you need to sell to make X amount of money per month. There's just no way of doing it. You've got to have that foundation product that you can go in and see the sell-through rates and the consistency and how many you sell every day, every week, every month. And then you can formulate a plan as to how, and then you can play with pricing structure. There's so many variables in this that people don't think about. And that's one reason I like Tommy, because he knows likes all these variables too. There's so many different variables when it comes to figuring out how it all runs. And it ain't just, it's everything from the product you buy to the condition of the product to the sell-through rate, through how much you're promoting, to your placement on eBay, to there's so many variables. How many other people are out there? When I first started putting all these hats up, I do a search called adjustable baseball hat. And that's how I kind of gauge and see where my items are sitting when it comes to best match, how many are out there. When I started doing the hats, when I put that in, there was 89 and 90,000 other listings up. Well, listings total. As of yesterday, when I did that search, there's 103. So ever since I've been doing hats, it's grown. So that makes my space a little bit less. So there's all kinds of variables you got to put into it. And if you're doing just random stuff, there's really no way of doing it unless you break it down to number pieces and you do a broad sell-through rate of your own store. That's pretty much it. If you do and then still it's going to be, a lot of variables in there because of the different items you're putting in there. That's as close as you're going to get, if that makes sense. Like if you're all over the place and you're selling X amount per day, X amount per week, then you can try to duplicate that double time. Okay, if I got 2,500 items, let me get 5,000 and see if that duplicates. So that's the only really way of doing it if your merchandise is all over the place, is duplicating the numbers and see if it stays consistent. With hats, I know 100% with hats, and when I started, I tested it. I put up 1,000 hats. I made X amount of money per day. I go, okay, let me go to 2,000 hats. Put 2,000 hats, and all my numbers doubled, the exact same double. I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. So that means if I put up 4,000 hats, I'm just going to double my income, double my sales. So I put up 4,000 hats. All my numbers doubled. Good. So I made it up to 10,000 hats doing that. And I've been stuck at 10,000 hats, but my numbers have dropped because there's a lot more competition now when it comes to hats. So that doubling thing may not work now. So, but my goal is to try to get 20,000 hats in my store and see if my numbers double, to see if I'm still in that range or not. But thankfully right now I don't have to put too much mind power into thinking like that, since I don't have, the stress over my head of business bills and what have you. So I can be more relaxed. So thankfully. Yeah, if you're having 10 sales a day on 2,500 items, and that's it. Like I said, I don't know if he's in trouble. It just depends on what you're selling, and then maybe look at your price structure compared to everybody else. Then again, it depends on how much you paid for it too. So it's hard to say. Like I said, you make your money when you buy, so you've got to buy as cheap as possible, because then that'll give you more room to play with things. Whether it comes to promoting, when it comes to lowering your price, all those variables there. And then that could literally change the way you do things. I mean, I could probably lower my hats and be the cheapest hats on eBay and probably sell double and move double, but my money's going down. It's going to be more work involved, and is it really worth the time and the effort? So there's just so much. So it depends, The man makes the hat. That's funny. Do you ever do the listing quality report? I did. I downloaded it and looked at it. That was the one where it shows you where you are compared to other people, right? I think that's what you told me. So I did that, and for hats, I got a hair on. Maybe it's still attached. There it is. With hats, I was number 2. So I'm like, well, who the hell is number 1? And I didn't look I don't remember if it was pre-owned or new or if all hats, because I remember thinking, well, if it's new hats, something like Fanatics are probably going to be number 1 because they sell tons of new hats. So I don't remember if it was pre-owned or if it was separated or not. I have to go back and look at it, but I was number 2 in hats. Because I was like, I want to figure out who's number 1. And then I can't remember anything else. Even on some things that I didn't expect, like t-shirts or something, I was really like, was I number 2 in t-shirts too? I don't know. I was number 2 on something else too that I didn't expect. I'm like, really? That's weird. But I can't remember anything beyond that. I just remember being number 2 in hats and thinking, okay, I need to get to that number 1 spot. But tell me what friend is. You now have the actively engaged your listings with promotions. Yeah, I play around with my promotion since my merchandise right now, there's no money into it. It's all paid off. It's given me room to play around with the percentages and stuff like that. And I have noticed, and the thing about it is I can't get a solid grasp on it because of the eBay technical issues. Like I've played around from 15% to 20% to 25% even, just to see what's going on with if it increases the sales. But the eBay site's such a mess. I'm like, I can't do anything and get real data. So I just got it backed off right now. I'm just going to wait till hopefully eBay gets their stuff together with the site, and then I can play with it and see if changing it will change anything. As of right now, because of the broken eBay website, I can tell you putting it up from 15% to 25% did not change my sales. It actually went down, and it probably was not because of the promoting. It was probably because of the eBay website on that day that I did it. I tried running 20 during the day, 25 at night. So I've tried different variables to see if it would change things. But like I said, I can't get no good grasp on it with all the technical issues that's been going on with eBay. So yeah, 20% is where I sit right now And then some days I'll go down to 15. If the days that the eBay site's messed up, I will jump it back and forth several times a day just to see if that knocks anything into play. You know what I mean? So if I'm sitting at 20 and the eBay site's down, I'll knock it down to 15, go back in about 4 hours later, bump it up to 25, and I try doing different things like that. I've ended all my items and put sell similar. So everything in my store is new within the last 2 months. So going through all these eBay technical issues, I've done all kinds of like interactions to try and just to make something happen, but nothing's worked. Nothing's beat the problems on eBay right now. So play to win. You got to pay to play. I mean, that's the way of the world. That's the way of the internet. You got to pay to play. I mean, you can't even get your friends on Facebook to see your listings anymore because of algorithms. Algorithms is ruling everything. So, and I would probably say ruining everything too, in a certain aspect. So, a sales meeting right now. I need to ship. You guys are wasting my time, man. No, but I got this pop-up window, so I'm gonna. If I'm talking and I'm not looking, can you still hear me if I'm talking this way? So I can get some of this stuff listed. All right, we got Yellowstone hat. Let me get this. Oh yeah, this is. I was gonna put the names together here. All right, so we got this New York. See, every time I click, my window disappears, so I can't see it. Damn it. How do I get that locked in? Can I get that locked in? Here, let me just shrink my windows. There we go. Got to be smarter than the damn computer, right? And that ain't happening anytime soon. All right. There we go. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it going here. I got everything open. All right. As long as you can hear me when I'm talking this away, we're good. So let me see here. So this guy bought the New York hat also. See, this whole thing, putting in your credit card, is killing my combined shipping. Killing it. All right, let me make sure this is the same guy. Wait, hold on. See, when I click on it, now that I got a smaller screen, so it's not Yellowstone. It is. You guys got me all flustered and some stuff. It's the Bahamas and the New York hat going to Beaverton, Oregon. All right. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let me get a box for this. Good Lord. Got me all discombobulated. I always wanted to use that word. Discombobulated. Probably gonna need a little bit bigger box, maybe? Nope. Boom, boom. Discombobulated. And see, now that somebody asked about my scanner here, or was that might have been a question. Was that a question on here? No, it wasn't a question on here. Now I'm forgetting where my questions came from. All right, so this is under the New York hat. So here's where my scanner is going to become more important, though, to make a point. Since they're not combining orders easily, is to put my tracking number on that other hat on eBay. Bahamas. Bahama Mama. Boom. Alright, I do trending. Trending Plus, home of Nike. Yep. All right, so that's done. So let me I already filed that one away. All right. Let me make sure, let me get any double orders out of the way here first. Okay, so here's Yellowstone. And he also bought, I shipped those two. See, now I'm all like jacked up here. I thought I shipped them. Did I ship it to a wrong person? Good Lord. I told you I'm not good with doing more than one thing at a time. Let me see what's going on here. I screwed something up. I screwed the pooch somehow. All right. All right. I'm not paying attention to nothing for 2 minutes. So I can figure out what the hell I did wrong here. All right. I shipped that. I shipped that. I shipped that. Boom, boom. Yes, yes. Those should be the same numbers. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Bobcat. Got me all jacked up. What the hell's going on now? Oh, maybe that's when that aired out. So it didn't. Okay. Because I had that error out when I shipped this stuff. So it didn't file it. So it's still there, making it look like I didn't ship it. But it's been shipped on eBay. Okay. All right. But this hat was supposed to go in with it. But since it's not, let me make sure I don't have any other duplicates here. Okay, everybody's single now from here on out. All right, focus, 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 focus. All right, so Yellowstone. Boom, hat. We're going to get this going. All right, let me do the 3 items and then I'll look at the questions. Because I suck at doing more than one thing at a time. I'm a simpleton, man. It's simple stuff. Simple stuff. All right, 6.7. Yeah, well, I could do 45 packages if I wasn't paying attention to live. God damn it. So funny. But that's all right. I'm trying to be more laid back these days anyway, so I don't need to be all rushy. We got Kingdom Hearts. Boom. Any Kingdom Heart fans there? All right, this one. But if everybody's wondering, I use 8x6x4 boxes for my hats. All my hats, unless it's like a skull cap, then I throw it in a poly bag. But 6.4, 6.4. I had 28 items shipped, and it's already taken me, how long have I been doing this? An hour and 3 minutes. Oh, that's funny. Not very efficient, James. You're not being efficient at all. You know what I like? And I love frickin' things like this. I just put this up as unknown logo. I don't know what the hell it says. I can't read Japanese, Chinese, I don't know. Vietnamese, Asian, I don't know. I'm just a simple American. I speak one language and I eat bacon cheeseburgers. I don't know what that says, but it sold for $10, right? Where's it going? It's going to Australia. Australia. Actually, I don't really eat bacon cheeseburgers too much anymore. I try to be more responsible in my older age, the whole clogged arteries. But dude, I used to kill like freaking 5 to 10 cheeseburgers a week growing up. I'm telling you. Well, whenever I had the money, they were like the dollar cheeseburgers, but still, cheeseburgers. Fast food is bad. Okay. All right. What did I just box up? Oh, the unknown. God, see. All right. That's got to go to pirate ship. Boom, 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 boom. This is funny. This is entertaining watching me be all like, because I'm trying to do 2 things at one time. All right, now I gotta go back because I didn't remember how much it was. Okay, modify price. Hey, why did you? Oh, wrong one. See, James, do not talk at the time you are shipping because you suck. All right, hat customs form. Boom. I see that little box moving, but I'm not looking at it yet. Not looking at it. Give me a minute and I'll look at it. Let me get a couple of things shipped so it looks like I'm doing something. I'm not looking at the box. Not looking at the box. I looked at the box. I saw hello, David. All you people making me feel like everybody on a first name basis, and I like know like 3 people first name wise. That's because you haven't been a part of the community, James. All right, let me move to ship. Keep yourselves entertained for a second here. So we got this Gateway FS hat. And I'll still upload my shipping videos or my pooling videos showing what these items sold are. 6.1. Hey, that's going to DuQuoin, Illinois. That's where I was just telling you about. Main Street was destroyed by Walmart. DuQuoin, Illinois, where my aunt lived. I love going to DuQuoin. Well, I used to love it as a kid. There ain't much there nowadays, but I still go down there. And one of the persons that worked with my aunt back when I was 19, so 31 years ago, still working at the restaurant. So that was kind of cool. So I went in there before we went on that Gulf thrift trip. So if you watch those videos or follow me on social media, when I did the Gulf thrift trip, I took my wife to Carbondale, Illinois. Let me print this before I forget what I'm doing. And I ran around DuQuoin and Carbondale all day until she got off work. Then we left from there. And I stopped by the restaurant. And I was like, is Carla still working here? And they're like, yes, she is. I'm like, holy crap. And it was like DuQuoin State Fair. I don't know if you've heard that. That was going on. It was like the last day. But they were still flooded with so much going on. So before I left, since I was on vacation, I had extra money. I went around and started tipping everybody who worked in the restaurant $20. Everybody in the back kitchen. So I like doing stuff like that. I like being able to do stuff like that, you know. Being stressed out money-wise for so long, worrying about having to pay bills. This is probably the first time in my life where I haven't been stressed from day to day, week to week, month to month bills. It's been freaking awesome. So I've been able to do little goofy stuff like that to make somebody else's day freaking bright. And I'm like, that makes me just, I don't know, and then like helping, donating like stray rescue and Shriners to help my dad when he was a kid, and just random people buying him food. I love doing that stuff. And I love the fact that I can now without any worries and stress. Before I'd do it and I would feel stressed, like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I could have used that. But now I don't have no thoughts. I'm like, woohoo. All right. Anyway. Viper visor. So now if I can just get this YouTube channel taken off, if I can make money on this YouTube like crazy, oh, I'm not only going to start doing that kind of stuff more. I ain't going to be a Mr. Beast because I don't think I can make that kind of money, but I'm going to do all kinds of cool stuff like that. But I'm going to go to the inner city where I grew up, and I'm going to find those kids that have that little bit of drive that I had of wanting to get out of the inner city. I'm going to find those kids and I'm going to help them. That's what I'm going to do. I may be 50, but I still got dreams. I'm not dead yet. Time may be running out, but I'm not dead yet. Boom. All right, let me look here. I've got a few here. All right. Yaka on the hat bag thing. I didn't see that. Guess he was shipping hats in bags. Bad. Bad. Actually, I did it for a long time, and really the complaints are not out there. I maybe had a couple of complaints a month about saying their hat wasn't, got trashed or whatever, so I'd refund them. But it wasn't that bad. I just figured when I started getting more into hats, I would give it a little bit better experience than a bag. That's just the way I looked at it. Skip buying the new car, right? As of right now, I can. That's what I'm thankful for. I don't have to make any decisions right now. I'm definitely going to get a new car. I need a car. My freaking peasant mobile Patriot is on its last leg, so I'm definitely going to get a new car. It just depends on how much extra money I have to play with every month. It's going to determine what car I get. I mean, if this thing takes off and I can make X amount of money per month and I can afford a $5,000 Lamborghini, I'm getting that Lamborghini. God, doing it. I didn't want to curse, sorry. I'm going to get that Lamborghini. But the thing about it is I want to get cars that if something happens, because I've always got that in the back of my head, if something happens, I can get rid of it, get out from underneath it, and not going to lose any money. And hey, maybe even make a profit, because that's just the way my mind thinks. I know that Lamborghini, if I would have bought one new, as of right now, they've gone up in value. So if something happened, I had to get rid of it, I'd be actually making money on it. So I always play all that kind of variables in my head. So, but yeah, I definitely want something that if I am feeling like it's something a little stupid that I shouldn't do, I can get out of it if I need to. I'm not going to drive off the lot and lose $20,000 in the first week. And if you buy a car right now, that's a good chance what's going to happen fairly quickly if this economy, everything starts turning around. But because everything's way overpriced right now. Hell, this is going to Canada. I'm even seeing or hearing reports. Jan went to the grocery store, and I can't remember what it was. She goes, "It cost me 99 cents. Why is it $3.89?" I'm like, yeah. So even the food is getting up there now. All right, let me concentrate here for a second. Refresh. $9. Real tree. Visa. $9. 10. You would think they would redo this pirate ship to make it quicker. You would think by now they would have found a way to enhance it. Instead, you got to do 5 clicks just to print a damn label. With my stamps, you do 2 clicks. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Come on, James. We all know you're a millionaire. Stop playing with us. No need to be humble, right? I wish. In my head, I've always been a millionaire. My bank accounts and my assets have never said that. But I'm still trying. Still climbing. Miami Vice, when ripping out the Lamborghini. Dude, if I can get that Lamborghini, let me tell you, something I've always wanted to do in my life, because when I was young, when you walk onto a car lot, people just think you're a joke. When you're just trying to get a car because you need a car, you've got your job that pays next to nothing. So if there's any reason I can get a car beyond the Grand Wagoneer, because I already got a relationship established with that guy, and it's a new person, I'm dressed in the rattiest clothes. I'm going to wrap my hair out. I'm just going to go in looking like the poorest son of a bee there is on the planet and just go, yeah, I want to see that car right there, and just sound as dumb as I can. That's your regular voice, James. Just sound as dumb as I can. And to see if they still give me the attention of good customer service, or if they just kind of push me off. Because if they kind of push me off, then I'm not going to buy from them. But if they give me great customer service, then I'll let them off the hook and what have you. Because for the first time in my life, If you follow me on Facebook, you've seen this. My credit score is actually 850. Never been even close to that. So everything's been going in the right direction. So I'm happy about that. Happy, 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 happy. Yeah. And it's a tie. And it's sold. All right, $8. Get in that box. Get in that box. I may have had a conversation with that creature in my video I will upload of me pulling orders. I'm not crazy, man. I'm not crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, 7-9. All right, let me read some things here. James, why does it take you so long to ship items? Because you're talking, man. All right, let's see what we got over here. Make that video. But if you don't buy from them, make sure they know the sale they could have had before you leave. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I'll have my credit score on my phone because that speaks volumes. Just pulling up the credit score and go, yeah, this is me. They may not believe it, but I'll go look me up then. And then just walk out on them. Like, you know what? I think you are just a little bit too much of an asshole, and I'm going to take my business elsewhere. You love my puppies? You probably can't see. When I get this angle, you can see a little bit of them right there. When I fix this angle, you'll be able to see that way on the floor more, so you'll probably get a good view of them too, if I'm not standing in the way. Thank you for the dogs. You got some good looking dogs. So Lauren, make that video. All right, let me go back up a little bit here. That's why I never buy American cars. For the most part, you're going to lose your ass. For the most part. Yeah. That's why you still lose a little bit on the SRT8s, but they hold their value pretty good. So, like I had a Scat Pack Challenger, and I paid $35 for it. 4 years. It was a 2016. And when Jan started traveling a year ago, I sold it for $30. So I only lost $5,000 over the 5 years or so. So that's not bad at all to get her a better car to travel in. So. Go to the dealership in wife beaters, flip-flops, and a bathing suit shorts. Dude, I will Punky Brewster all out. I'm telling you. I need to go find me some fuzzy pants to wear. Because I'm going to get me some fuzzy pants. I like patchwork stuff. So I need to find me something patchwork. Like some patchwork pants, some patchwork clothing. That's what I need to do. I'm just at that time in my life where, like all my life, all I've done was worried about, what? Dude, in it to flip it. Do the happy dance. Do the happy dance. Thank you, dude. That's so cool. Thank you. Dude, that's the second one, right? But now I lost my thought. Where was my thought? Oh, all my life, all I've tried to do was get ahead. Being where I was born with in a 3-room apartment, cockroaches, neighborhood with drive-bys. I still to this day, and it happened last night, I haven't had one in probably 3 months. But I always have, I don't like to use the word PTSD because I don't want to undervalue what soldiers go through, but it's that basis. Like, I still have, it used to happen like once a month where I will have these dreams that I'm stuck on my front porch and a drive-by is going on, right? And like all I can do is hide. I have no power. So all my life, all I've been doing was trying to fight to get ahead. And the other night I had one. It was a little bit different. See, I even had a gun put to my head in retail in the bad neighborhood I worked in. So I get those weird flashbacks. But I can't remember now. I try to not think about it after it happens. Something happened where it was a drive-by going on, and that's why I like my bedroom in the back of the house and not out toward the street, so I can sleep better at night. I know, weird, right? But all my life I've always been having to fight for something a little bit better, a little bit farther. And right now, it took me 50 years, but right now, I, for once in my life, don't have to think like that. One time, and it's freaking, I'm telling you, I'm just trying to be as free and as goofy and as just whatever the hell I want to be. I mean, just wear goofy hats, goofy clothes, not care if I'm not the smartest guy in the world, because at least I was smart enough to get the hell out of the situation I was born into. You know, I don't need to prove anything anymore. And that's a freaking awesome feeling to have. I've never had that before. So I'm like just trying to grasp it and to enjoy it and to benefit from it, I guess. Mentally relaxing and just whoosh, breathe and just enjoy, basically. Nobody can put Baby in the corner. Am I the only one that's never seen that movie? I've never seen that movie. I know what it's from, Dirty Dancing, because I used to watch this show called The Pickup Artist, was it? Where the guy used to use that line to pick up chicks. It was like 15 years ago or whatever. So I know where that line's from, but I've never seen Dirty Dancing. But I've never seen E.T. I've never seen Titanic. I've never seen Sound of Music. I'm not a movie watcher. Unless it's like a comedy, goofy movie. Money can't buy you happiness. See, it can, as long as you're not stupid with it. If you can put it in the bank and just let it, if you've been stressed your whole life because of money, when you get money, and if you don't do stupid things with it, and you use it for the security brings the happiness. So maybe not the money, but the security of not having to worry brings the happiness. I guess that's what it is. So that's why I don't want to do nothing stupid when I buy a car, because I am enjoying the hell out of this security. Like to me, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would be buying the car today even though I don't need to, just because I wanted to. And then I would still have that stress on my shoulders. So that's why I don't want to break the security feeling I have, because it's the most awesome thing I've ever felt in my life. I mean, seriously, I don't know, it's freaking awesome. So, I think that's one reason why I'm trying so hard to build this channel too, is because of that. To me, if you make money on YouTube, that's like free money. I mean, you're not doing nothing but uploading videos for money, on those ads. And that's, to me, that just spells freaking security. I mean, you think of those people who's making $2,000 a month on just videos, uploading videos. I mean, that's freaking awesome. And that's like all my house bills, my house payment, my electric, I mean, could you imagine? That's security. That's cool. All right. Makes me have a stiffy all the time. He said stiffy. All right, let me ship a few more items here, so I'm not on here like 3 hours. But let me get this nightcap. Oh, I didn't show you the nightcap. Sorry. I know I'm taking too long to ship an item when my scale turns off. I think it shuts off in like 60 seconds or so, 60 or 90. So I know I can pull an item, get it back here, and get it prepped and on the scale before the scale goes off. So that's what I do. All right, let me ship a few more, and then I'll look at the feed. I still got 7 here, plus I probably got sold. Let me take offers. No offers have come through, but some sold. So return delivered. Let me put that up here. Inbox. So yeah, that's weird that no offers have come through this whole time. But I do have payments and sold, so that's good. At least that's happening. So So there's definitely still something off with the offers. It's like that. But, all right, look at this. Sun Valley. Oh, I didn't show you that one either. Sun Valley. I think it's a golf course, golf club, country club, if you will. I'll look at the feed in a minute. And look at the feed in a minute. Let me ship one more hat. Then I'm all out of hats, and all I've got is a coat, a shirt, and a bag, and then a refresh. But then I'd have to walk away and go pool. But so I'll save any of that for later. Cabela's hat. Cabela. If you guys like watch videos while you work, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I cannot do that. I have to put music on that I know, so I'm not concentrating on the music, trying to listen to something new. I have to put music on I know as the background, and you could literally ask me what songs play today, and I'd be like, I don't know, because I guess I have to get so focused into what I'm doing. That's why it's hard for me to have all these distractions in the house. My dad, the dogs, laundry, vacuuming, because once I get broken from my cycle, it's very hard for me to get back into it. So I try to find those hour windows that I know nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to go on. I can list for an hour, get X amount up, and at least feel a little productive. Because my mind is very scattered brain if I can't get it focused. I've got to move this. I'll put that up there. That'll work. All right, let me see here. I can only stay for a few as I go teach in 20 minutes. Saw you live and needed to show support. Fellow Midwestern. Thank you. Thank you. Yvette Anderson. Thank you. Thank you. And news. Did I hear good news about you? Yeah, what was that? A bunch of people got suspended off of eBay because of some error, some freaking bug, and then they had to reinstate all these accounts. That would have freaked me out. Ridiculous. Let's see. I mean, honestly, I don't view I'm screwed with $2,500 and James has 30,000 items in the store, and I've seen days he sells only 50 items, even 100 with 30,000. Yeah, I mean, when eBay's working, and like in 2020, with the COVID money that was going out, eBay didn't have as many issues. I was hitting 100 items a day with no issues now. Now on the bad days where something's going on with eBay, I'm only hitting like 50 to 60. When it's an okay day, like yesterday, I think I did 70. Let me check. Traffic. No, yesterday I only did 56. That was it, because yesterday was the bad day. It was a very bad day yesterday. Yeah, so I only made it to 56. Day before that, I made it 70. And then day before that, only 61. 64 the day before that. 70 the day before. So very disappointing. I'm at 30 today, and it's at 1 p.m. Central. So it's almost 12 hours into the day. So it looks like I may only hit 60 to 70 again today. So it seems like the decent days, I'm hitting 70. There was a couple of days where is it at? 77. I know there was one I got up there, or so I thought. See, what's weird is these numbers change. I've noticed that. Like it'll say I did 56 yesterday. I might look tomorrow and it may say a different number. So I don't know if that has to do with the people who haven't paid, If that makes it fluctuate, I'm not sure. All right, I still got some Christmas shirt here, but whoops, hit the wrong thing. You'll see that in the other video. $50 would be amazing. Yeah, that's why I'm trying not to. That's probably the hardest thing for me. Girl Patty, I love that name. Saying 50 would be amazing because that's why the way I try to look at it now, since I don't have to worry about anything, everything's a bonus to me. That's what I feel like. So my only problem is trying not to get stuck in that headspace, because I still want to advance the store and advance the growth. I mean, it's a lot harder now that I'm doing shipping also. So I'm trying to balance that line. I'm basically trying to reinvent myself or my way of thinking. Since this is thrown in, I don't have the stress, but I still want to grow the store. So I'm trying to find that balance on what I want to do to accomplish everything. To be stress-free still, not worry, I should say, not worry. If I sell 50, I sell 50, awesome. But still want to grow that store because I have the 5 storage areas full of stuff. I would still like to, next year do $500,000 in sales on eBay. I don't think I'm going to get there next year, but I definitely want to get over the $400,000 mark next year, because I'm going to be right below it this year. So I think I would probably have hit that if it wasn't for these last 3 months with the eBay issues. I think I would have hit the 400. So that has a lot to play into it. So that's why I try not to let it bother me too much. Oh, that's weird. Pop up. Anyway, so yeah, I get it. I get it. I hope this tablet. I hope this got a good battery life. I don't have it plugged in because the cord's too short. All right, we got Cardinal lunch bag. I hear Adrian. Adrian's probably going to come down and ask me if I want lunch. Or he's going to yell down, I should say. I think he just went into my office. See, I can hear everything down here. I hear him walking into the kitchen. Now he's coming down the steps. No, he's still in the kitchen. Yeah, where are you going?
I don't know. What do you want?
Something good. If you want like a sandwich again, I'm fine with that.
From where?
Firehouse.
Okay. You want just turkey, bacon, whatever?
Yeah, and grab a chili for my dad. I'll make sure he gets something. Thank you. Just get a sandwich. Sandwich. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, I gotta go grab a box, a big box for this coat. There's a nice big old coat here. So I'm gonna grab a box for that. What's up, mister? This is the last item, at least for now. What? And then I can answer questions before my food gets here. Oops, I turned it off. Dummy. Boom. All right. First class. 3. Boom, 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 boom. Service. Whoops. Pay attention, James. Pay attention. 14. Yeah, it only took me, what, hour and 30 minutes to do 28 items. Slacker. Alright, let's put this in my stack. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. Alright, let me back up a little bit. You found me when I was under 1,000 subs. Oh, that's cool. That was back in my shoe days. When I was doing my shoe videos. Also, then if you go back on my YouTube channel really far back, probably 8-7 years, I actually started a picking show, Profit Chasers, with me and my wife Jan, and we would actually sit on the back porch and show items we found. I need to go and see if I can pull that down and maybe repost that so it's more current. But yeah, we used to do thrifting videos back then too. Let's see. I mean, my entire store is based on recommendations and items shown on this video. Yeah, that's amazing news. So glad to hear it. See, found you from watching Tommy. Been watching a few videos. I like your style. Thank you much, Mayberry Picker. Yeah, Tommy's videos really put me out there. So thanks live to Tommy. Diminishing returns on listings. It's not an exact 1-for-1. I'm sure James has a crap ton of old listings he wouldn't list now, and they're probably bad listings stores. Yeah, I play with that whole store has a traffic cap thing because it just seems like we are on a fixed eBay thing where, but I'm trying to not think of it like that and say, okay, well, what if I can get, if I have 29,000 items, if I get to 39,000 items, will that take me to another level? So I don't like the thought of a traffic cap because, to be honest with you, since I've been playing with my percentages, my traffic has gone up, to be honest with you. Let me pull it up here. Performance. Like yesterday was a crap day, so I was back down to 2 million impressions. This whole week's been bad, but I was hitting 2.8 million impressions, so my impressions went up. And let me see here. The views have gone up 25%, 35%, 40%, 50% page views. But like I said too, it's hard to get a real grasp on anything with all the issues that's going on with the website. So I feel that there is a cap, but I try to ignore that because I don't like the thought of it. People's taxes are still delayed. I still haven't gotten mine, January and February. Yeah, we didn't do our taxes till very late anyway, till the very end. We got ours back a couple months ago. How many hours a week do I work? I work normally anywhere from 12 to 15 hours a day, but that day is interrupted consistently. So if I stop and do vacuuming for 30 minutes, stop for 10 minutes to do laundry, stop for 10 minutes to let the dogs outside while I suck on some chocolate Hershey Kisses. If my dad needs me to come in and help him do something, if I have to give him a shower, that's an hour there. So 12 to 15 hours, but it's very hard to get into a full hour or a 2-hour block of concentrating on working because of so many different things pulling me every different direction. So So technically not 12 to 15 hours, but that's about the time I spend trying to work. How about that? In my office. So, and down here. So, uh, is it flip it? 1.2 million last year sales. That's cool. Killer stuff. Killer. As long as you didn't have to spend 800, 900,000 to get it. Because when I was doing shoes, I was doing huge numbers. And of course, you probably know this since you're probably smarter. You're not your average Joe who has to spend 900,000 to make $1 million. But so that was just not towards you, but just a basic. There's so many people out there who put out their numbers, but they don't tell you how much cost they're putting into making that money. And I've always said it's very easy to make $1 million if you spend $1 million. But when I was doing shoes, I would spend $30,000 a month on shoes just to pull in $50,000. So 50,000 sound good, but to a person. But if you told them you had to spend 30,000 to get it, it doesn't sound that good. So a lot of people keep that hidden and just try to be deceptive and try to get the clicks because of big numbers instead of big profit. Them saying that they make somebody, and this has nothing to do with you. This is just throwing thoughts off the top of my head. It's very easy to get clickbait when you say you've made $100,000 as opposed to saying you had $1,000 or 1,000% profit. People are going to look at 1,000% profit and go, huh? But yet technically 1,000% profit, hell yeah, give me that all day long. But so people. But I guess you got to do what you got to do to get the clicks and to get people to find you. And if it takes finding the gullible audience, if you will, so be it. Maybe I need to focus on finding that gullible audience. But I like dealing with the people who know what's behind the wall that is reselling, not just, hey, I made X amount of money today, woohoo, or this year or whatever. It's like, no, there's a lot more to it. So I like having the following that understands that there's a lot more to it. But then I also want to cross that threshold on the everyday person, because that's the only the only way you're going to make huge money on YouTube is to cross that barrier on the people who are watching for the entertainment as opposed to the actual details. I think that's why something like unboxing videos are so big, because you're a common person going, ooh, what's in the box next? You got that entertainment value there, even though it doesn't matter what you spent on the box or whatever the case. Maybe it's that anticipation. So trying to figure out how to hone these videos into that anticipation thing, I like doing that. And that's why I kind of went with all these pulling videos, because it's almost the unboxing video where you don't know what item I'm going to pull out of this box next. And I also thought about trying to tagline unboxing videos or using unboxing headings, trying to go that route. I've been trying, it's kind of dead now, I think, but trying to find that next entertainment niche and trying to bring it into what I'm doing, because I don't want to spend a lot of time doing these videos. Why am I spending 2 hours doing this video? I need to be listening. So doing the pulling videos, I can do it as I go. It's not taking no extra time to hit record and do something with one hand as opposed to two. Okay, it's taking a few seconds extra, but it's not, I don't have to edit the video. I just hit boom, 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 boom on my app, and it puts them all up, puts it all together, and puts it all out there. So I've got to keep it simple so I can keep everything else growing. So trying to find that niche of keeping the videos simple, simplistic. I take more time making the thumbnail than I do editing the video. Editing the video is just clicking all the short videos so the app will put them all together in one video. So I've been trying to concentrate on taking 15 minutes to make a cool or a goofy thumbnail. I'm not trying to make a cool or a clickbait thumbnail. I'm more trying to make a goofy, something I would like thumbnail, something that would make me click on it. And that's why I kind of kept the hat as something that's kind of goofy, something that might make somebody click on something, because who's this dude with the freaking Furby hat, right? So trying to find little things that ain't taking no more time, but yet is growing the audience. Like I jumped in a live last night for a second for Homeschool Picker, and she said she remembered me because of the Furby hat. So that right there, instead of me thinking it, the first thing I thought in my mind goes, okay, well that worked. The hat's working. So that's good. So then it's trying to find other little nuggets here and there that will draw in those other people who may just be looking, who may be working 40 hours at a stress job looking for a little distraction, if you will, as opposed to keeping enough in the video for resellers to say, okay, that sold for this, information wise. So that's why I have to catch myself when I'm doing the pulling videos. I have to remember to throw in some nuggets of information when I can along the way for people that it matters. The videos matter to. So if I'm spacing out in a video, you probably won't hear me say anything the whole video except this sold for this sold for this. But if I'm really in my zone, then I'll tell the stories or give little nuggets of information of what to look for and different things like that. So, God, what are you talking about, James? You crazy? All right. Good evening. Good evening. Furby, that's what it is. Furby. I went on eBay and go, okay, I need to find different Furby hats, different colors. And I found a white one, but it was stained. And they were like $120 for it or something. I'm like, I don't need another Furby hat that bad. I'll stick with the blue. 340K profit off 1.2. Bam. Killing it. Killing it. That's awesome. So that's what, about 30%, 35? Yeah, so doing good. Rock on. Good evening. We'll need to go. Future healthcare worker. Great seeing you. Thank you. Thank you, Yvette. Okay, Yvette. Yvette. All right, don't forget the pups. You've been showcasing the dogs too. I've got to make sure I get the dogs in at least every video because who doesn't love dogs? And if you love dogs, are you really a good person? I mean, no, I'm joking, but okay, if you're not good to dogs, how about that? I know people are allergic to dogs, so I don't want to include everybody into that, but most people love dogs. If not having them their own, at least petting them and seeing. It's like children. I love children. Don't give me any more. You know what I mean? So, okay, only have 7,000 subs. The thing about my 7,000 subs, probably 6,000 of them are shoe people. That's the thing. Like I grew this channel based on the Soul Cave, Kick Crazy, that turned into the Soul Cave, and I was collecting shoes. This was before 2013. I was collecting shoes and making shoe videos every time I get a pair of shoes. So I got a huge shoe following on here. A lot of them don't watch these videos, sadly. That's why I've got 7,000 now, but yet my view counts are really low because most of the people don't care about these videos. There's a few that love the crossover who watch these videos also. But then I've been getting a lot lately of people saying, hey, bring back the Soul Cave and stuff too. And actually, my wife was at work and she's a pharmacist, but she hops around to different stores. So she was at this other store for the first time working with this guy, and she had on a pair of her Jordans or whatever. So he made a mention of that. He goes, yeah, what about that Soul Cave person? He's in St. Louis. He had a big shoe collection. And she's like, that's my husband. So that Soul Cave still has something out there. So I have been buying a few different shoes lately, so I may throw up some shoe videos also here and there. And then somebody actually came at me and wanted to buy the soulcave.com from me. And I almost sold it. They were wanting to give me like $700 for it. And I didn't really want to sell it because I still want to kind of do something with it. They were starting a business, I guess had something called Soul Cave or something. And they wanted my domain. And I'm like, yeah, you give me $2,000, I'll let it go. And they didn't bite. So I'm like, good. So I still got soulk.com, which I think takes me to the takes you to the Facebook page now of the Soul Cave group. So yeah, most of my subscription people are shoe related. So I would say maybe 1,000, maybe a little over 1,000. Well, now at least 1,200, if not 1,400, came after the shoe videos. So technically, I just made it over the 1,000 mark when it comes to the reseller world of videos. But I had the bonus of being able to monetize because of the shoes. So. What percentage do you think do you do promotions? So you asked me what percentage on promotion sales work best. As I said earlier in the video, it's hard to tell right now just because of all the technical issues that's been going on with eBay. I've been playing with 3 different ranges, 15, 20, and 25, and I'm not getting any different results from any right now just because nothing's consistent on the eBay website right now. So hopefully it'll flatten out, and then I'll be able to really play with those numbers and then give some definite answers to, hey, does it make sense to go from 15 to 20 or 10 to 15 or whatever the case may be? Or a lot of people just do 1, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, or whatever the case may be. Because if it makes sense to do more, but you got to give a little bit more, but you make a lot more, then it makes sense to not just stick at 1 or 2 or 5, and it makes sense to go up to 10. Yeah, you're giving eBay more, but in return, you're actually getting more in return. Whereas right now, when I up it, I don't get more in return with eBay because of the technical issues. And I hate saying that. I hate it. Thank you, Tommy. You didn't have to do that again. Dude, thank you. And I'm trying to get out of that headspace with blame. Like, I'm not the type of person who likes to blame things. Like, I keep saying eBay technical issues, and I don't want to be one of them people who, there's so many people out there who will say, I only got 100 items and I'm not getting no sales, and they want to blame something when the blame needs to be on them. I always, all my life, blamed me for everything that happened to me. And I think that came from just growing up where I did, because I knew if I walk down this street at this time of day, there's a chance I'm going to get jumped because of the color of my skin. So, or if I go this direction and through this neighborhood, something bad can happen here. So I always felt you can control everything except like death, because you may not control a certain situation that happens to you, but you can control the path that it takes to get to that situation or to go around that situation, and or you can control how you react to that situation. So I'm not saying there's not victims out there. I'm just saying, do you want to play the victim or do you want to be in control? And no matter what happened to me, whether it was, drive-bys down the street, a gun put to my head in the retail store, I was never going to play a victim. So I hate saying eBay technical issues because it feels like I'm trying to push the blame on somebody else. But on top of that, also in my head is I'm thinking of how can I get around that? Like I said, I was playing with the percentages. Okay, maybe if I jump it up to this percentage, something will click and change on eBay. And so I'm always trying to find ways to not blame, to take the blame for myself and go, okay, what can I do differently to change the situation, as opposed to saying, yeah, that situation's broken and there's nothing I can do about it. There's always going to be something you can do about it. It's just which way you want to pivot to do it. So. Don't know if that's healthy. Did I miss something? Or maybe I was talking something that I don't remember what I was talking about. Best 3 tips you recommend for new sellers. Best 3 tips to recommend for new sellers. Ooh, that's a good one. Never really thought about that. Okay, now you got me for a minute. Best 3 tips for a new reseller. One would be never stop learning. I've always said that today's technology was in the 80s, I would have got out of my situation a hell of a lot quicker because I would have had more information at my hands, at my fingertips. You can learn anything you want online these days. I changed my first light switch yesterday, and that might not be a big thing to some people, but hey, it's something new that I learned that I did. And you can learn to do anything online these days. So never stop learning. Take in as much information as you can. Never always have an open mind. Never be listen to word for word verbatim of anybody who's reselling, because your situation will vary depending on locations or timing or your situation or whatever. So always have an open mind to the information you're taking in. What I did when I started first learning, which was big for me, is I would type in random things that I may have seen at thrift stores. And this was before cell phones where you could look them up. I was thrifting before you could look shit up. But what I did every night when I was done working, I would sit at my computer for 2 hours every night, go into eBay sold, and just type in random things that I may be able to find, or, I would type in something, it would lead me to type in something else. And I was always look at what sold, put in highest price, see what sells, and see, hey, can I find any of that kind of stuff around my area? And I did that 2 hours a day, every day, just taking in information. So always take in as much information as possible. Never stop learning and have an open mind, because every situation is going to be different when it comes to more detailed items, more detailed things. So what may work for somebody else may not work for you. Was that just one? Or was that two? More tips. What tips? I guess another thing would be always try to figure out how to do something a little bit quicker, even if it's 1 second quicker or 1 cent cheaper. If you can put your mind in that frame of mind where you're always tweaking things. Okay, if I move my printer on this side of the computer, because a lot of people, even myself, even though I try to always think like that, I will have a block and get stuck where I'm comfortable with the printer here, I'm comfortable with the scale here, but what if I turn the printer this way? I might be able to rip it off 1 second quicker. Or what if the scale was moved this much closer? Would I be able to do it a little quicker? And to give an example, and I think I mentioned this one time before, is back in the day when I first started with selling on Amazon, the way the shipping was set up was 4 ounces and 5 ounces were different pricings. Like nowadays, it's going to be the same if it comes to medium mail. Whereas back then, I think there was a 50-cent difference between 4 ounces and 5 ounces. So I wanted to get my items, my CDs, down to 4 ounces, not to 5 ounces, and they would vary depending on the weight of the CD case. So then I figured out that a lot of the older CD cases are heavier than the newer CD cases. So I started ordering the lightest CD cases, the newest CD cases I could find, because I knew they were going to be a lot lighter. And me taking that extra moment to switch out, even if there was nothing wrong with the old case, switching it out, putting on a lighter case, I was going to save that 50 cents. And this case, the new case, was only going to cost me a quarter. So for every few seconds I was taking to change a case, I was making a quarter. So always be open to that too, is always trying to figure out how you can do something a little bit quicker or a little bit cheaper. Because if you're into growing it or needing to make the money, that is one of the best mindsets to have. Because, and just with anything in life, is always trying to figure out how to do a little bit more, a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, just breaking it down into details. Do I need a third after all that? A third one would be make contacts. Contacts, if you're looking to do it full time, one of the most underrated things is having contacts. When I was doing shoes, sourcing shoes, I knew everybody in the shoe stores that I was buying from. They would call me. They would let me know if something come in. They told me when trucks come in so I could be there at what time. Thrift stores the same way. You get people. All right, I'm gonna have to go. My food's getting here. Making contacts. That's going to be the biggest thing because it will lead to great finds, and never forget to thank them. Like when I was getting the shoes, when I have a big haul, I'd buy everybody a pair of shoes in the store. These were clearance shoes, so my average cost was only like $35, but still, they would help me load my truck. I'd buy everybody a pair of shoes. They would call me the next time a truck comes in. So those would be my 3 biggest tips when it comes to reselling. And I think that's going to be it for my first big live here. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for the freaking super chats. That was cool. Super chat dance. And if you guys like this, maybe I'll do this like once a week. How about that? Because this takes up a lot of time. And I don't want to spend too much time. And I don't want to make people too bored of me. So thanks everybody for watching. And if I can figure out how to turn this thing off, I'm golden. So, all right. Thanks everybody. Oh, my phone again. All right, let me figure this out. That didn't do anything.